Hey, welcome to another video on PHP 2 class. I'm going to show you a nice formatting trick here. So I've got the search forms listed, and you can remember this from the previous tutorial where we had some formatting in a table. However, look at my product search table. If I search for a product, I'm going to get what's called a tabulated different screens here. So you can see that I have 125 entries, and it is showing me groups of 10. And I can show them in groups of 50 or 25, and I can tabulate through here. Also, there is an instant search feature up here, so if I search for something like Ipsum, you can see that it automatically is sorting out different items here without going back into the database. And so the search function and the tabulating is done with JavaScript. I want to show you a tool that we can use to develop this, and it'll save you a lot of time and a lot of work. So let's go to Google and search for jQuery table. So the first result is the one I'm going to use, but you can see there's lots of different options here. So if I choose this option called 12 Amazing jQuery Tables, you'll see that there are plugins developed by other users that will let you develop exactly what we're trying to get here. So there's one. Bootstrap apparently has one. Let's see, fixed header table. So there's different styles that you could pick from, and they all do pretty much the same thing. This one does graphs. So let's go back, and I'm going to pick the first one called datatables.net. And let's use this example. You can see here, this is pretty nice. It looks like exactly what I want it to do. And I'm going to show you how to put it together. Says here there are three simple steps here. We include two files, call a function, and I guess that's it. Let's go to the full guide here and let's get started. So the requirements, it says, first of all, your data table has to be formatted correctly. So it has some an ID and a class. And then you notice here it says we need to have t-head and close t-head and t-body. I think we're missing that from our table. So let's go look and check that out. Okay, so here we are in Eclipse again. So I'm going to go into display people results or people search results, and this is where we're going to make our changes. So first of all, we've got a style already, which is pretty nice. We'll probably just add to that. But down here in the section called table, we need to have a class name called display. Then back here it says we're looking for table head and table body tags. So we'll put in the table head to begin with, and then the closed table head. Now where the rows begin is the table body. So let's go t-body, and then at the close, just before the end of the table, we'll do a t-body close. Alright, so now all we have to do is copy and paste a few files and include them in our header. So let's go back to the instructions here. So we've got the HTML set up. Now it says installing JavaScript here. So we need to, first of all, include a couple of files. We need to include jQuery plus 2 files. So we're just going to use the first example here. It's called the Content Delivery Network, which means you have to be online to be able to access these files. We don't have to download anything. So let's see if I can select those and copy them. Alright, so at the beginning, in the head, I'm going to paste those. So we have a link to a style sheet, and we have a link to a script called jQuery data tables. Now there's one more. It says we need to have jQuery as well. So let's click on the jQuery link. Okay, I'm trying to get by without having to download anything, so I'm going to search again. I'm going to search for jQuery CDN, and that will give me a link to just the link, and I don't have to download anything. So let's see, let's try the slim minified version, and there is the link that I'm looking for. So I'm going to copy this script, and let's go back into our app. The first thing I'm going to put in there is a link to jQuery, and then we've got our style sheet, we've got our JavaScript for the table. So let's scroll down to the requirements some more. We've got ourselves the local installation. Here we go, initializing the data tables. So we need to have another script here that will call the data table function. So let's copy this and let's go back and put it maybe at the bottom of our page here. So right after the data table, we're going to put in a script and then paste in our data table action. So it's expecting table ID for the tag here. So what did I call mine? My table is called customers. So let's use that as our ID, customers. Okay, so now let's see what this does. I've got my CSS, my JavaScript, and I'm going to go and refresh my app. Let's see. So search for a person, search for A, and there it is. I've got myself the whole thing running. I got 25 rows at a time. I can tabulate through. I can search instantaneously, and it looks like everything's working. So that's a quick way to get yourself a tabulated table. And not much work, but you have to know how to install different components.